There were some, shall we say, unusual moments during the Democratic debate. Perhaps the most uncomfortable moment came at the expense of Lincoln Chafee.
The Glass-Steagall was my very first vote. I just arrived. My dad had died in office. I was appointed to the office. It was my very first vote.
Are you saying you didn't know what you were voting for?
I just arrived at the Senate. I think we get some takeovers, and that was one. It was my very first vote, and it was 92.5. It was the reconciliation.
With all due respect,
let me just
sir,
say,
what does that say about you that you're casting a vote for something you weren't really sure about?
I think you're being a little rough. I just arrived at the United States Senate. I'd been mayor of my city. My dad had died. I'd been appointed by the governor. It was the first vote, and it was 90-5 because it was a conference report.
To see, in the end, it didn't matter. But in my mind, that exchange ended any hope Chafee had of appearing in the next Democratic debate. With me now, Larry Sabato, the director of the Center for Politics at the University of Virginia, and Jason Johnson, professor of political science at Hiram University. Welcome to you both. Jason, am I wrong?
Good morning, Carol. I don't think Lincoln Chafee had much of a chance to begin with. And I think Anderson did a good job of asking him some very direct questions. Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Are you independent? Are you a socialist? This, that, or the other. I don't think Lincoln Chafee did a very good job of presenting himself as presidential or personable. He kept saying, I am granite like a rock. Well, yeah, he was that stiff, but I don't think he really presented himself as somebody who's capable of being on the stage with the other candidates.
Ouch. So Larry, we were all looking for that Carly Fiorina moment, and many analysts thought that moment would come from Jim Webb. But this stood out to me. When Jim Webb was asked, which enemy are you most proud to have, he responded this way.
I'd have to say the enemy soldier that threw the grenade that wounded me, but he's not around right now to talk to.
Larry?
Well, it was awkward, but you know, Jim Webb is a genuine war hero. He has the medals and the citations to prove it. You know, at this point, Carol, I first of all, I know Jim Webb. I like Jim Webb, and I know Link Chafee and like Link Chafee. And criticizing either of them at this point is the equivalent of cyberbullying, and I just won't do it because it's wrong.
Oh. Okay, so I'll just ask you a pointed question. Will either of them appear in the next Democratic debate?
Well, probably not. That's up to the debate sponsors, obviously, but I kind of think not. Maybe some would say it's putting them out of their misery, but I'll let others make that conclusion.
I just want to touch on Martin O'Malley because we haven't talked much about him this morning, Jason Johnson. Some people said that, you know, for the first hour of the debate, he was kind of sleepy and kind of needed a Red Bull, but after that, he perked up and made some good points.
Well, I think he perked up. I think he made some good points. I think his closing statement was amazing. It was a sort of a time to kill Matthew McConaughey thing. He just like had the whole room paying attention to him, and it was very, very passionate. But I think he really missed an opportunity here. He could have been the Carly Fiorina of this debate. He went at Hillary Clinton a little bit, but not far enough. He went at Bernie Sanders a little bit, but not far enough. So he really presented himself, Carol, as someone who deserves to be on the stage. But he didn't present himself as someone who's really going to either be a viable VP candidate or can really make either of the two front runners sweat.
Oh, okay. So let's go back to weird moments. So out in the audience, there was this, because the audience was full of Democratic voters, supporters of each of the candidates. And we found this one guy who looked like Santa Claus. There he is. He was sitting there, and he actually had his T-shirt stuffed to make him appear more Santa-like. There were a lot of tweets about this mysterious hippie Santa, as in, who is he? This tweet from Trayvon Free, nice try, Joe Biden. So some people thought it was Joe Biden disguised. Does anyone know who this guy is, Jason?
I'm convinced it actually is Joe Biden. He slipped out of D.C. on, like, you know, an airline that we didn't know about. He came in, he just wanted to see the competition, and then kind of slinked out when he realized that Hillary Clinton actually looked halfway decent on the stage. But I was sort of impressed. One of the best things about social media with these debates now is whenever the debate itself is boring, there's always something entertaining online to see people talking about.
That's absolutely true. I want to end on a serious note, Larry. So give us your takeaways of this debate, this first Democratic debate.
Oh, I pretty much agree with the conventional wisdom at this point. I thought it last night that Hillary Clinton did very, very well. It's exactly what she needed. She's had a very difficult 6 months. So it was a good, solid beginning for her. It makes you wonder why she's resistant having more debates.
Right.
Exactly. Well, maybe that will change. Who knows? Jason Johnson, Larry Sabato, thanks to both of you.